Speaking of Iowa at Wisconsin in the most Iowa way that they possibly could have, winning the ball game 15-6. Wow.
When are people going to learn in the Big Ten West to like how to beat Iowa? Like the formula. I mean, yes, it's easier said than done, but you give up 37 yards passing, right, to a non-service academy football team at home, and you lose by two possessions. I get it. Tanner
As
Morgan
it's
went down.
as a 10-point favorite.
It's a 10-point favorite. I get it. I get it. Tanner Morgan went down, but like, there's just like at some point there's no excuse. Also, why'd you throw the ball 50 times
That's a
if you're
really good
Wisconsin?
question.
Braden Locke had, I mean, I get it. You were, whatever, you were trying to catch up late, but 50 times. Deacon Hill, I'm going to say this nicely.
You don't have
He
to.
is, he is not a Power Five quarterback. And I think that's pretty evident in the way that coaching staff treats him, right? Now, LaShawn Williams bailed him out with an 82-yard run, which if you're Iowa and you get up, or if you're Wisconsin and you go down 7-0 to Iowa in the second half, or it's the second half and you're down 7-0, that feels insurmountable. I've been there as a Minnesota fan. It feels insurmountable. But why? Why?
Cooper DeJean and the boys.
There's some
Cooper DeJean
fellas
and the
there.
boys.
There always is.
Oh, shoot. That's on me. Sorry about that. Trying to
That's all
move
right.
her. But yeah, dude, I don't know how they do it, man. And the craziest thing is, I don't know if you have their schedule pulled up. Are they losing another game?
Okay, don't call me biased here. Don't call me biased here. Right? I know I'm sure our Iowa and Wisconsin fans just loved seeing me flash the go for maroon. But like Minnesota is their hardest game on the schedule left. It's because it's a rivalry game. I know you're at Kinnick, so Minnesota has, you know, zero success playing there, right? For the longest time, since
None.
I've probably been born. Um, but yeah, that's just the reality of their schedule. And we talked about it, and that's why a lot of us picked them to win the West, was just because, yes, you have Penn State's your crossover. You're at Penn State. It's a whiteout. You have zero chance to win that game. But every other game in your schedule, Michigan State, awful. Should have lost that game. Purdue, terrible. Could have lost
Should
that
have
game.
lost. Should have lost that game.
Should have lost the game. Wisconsin, at Wisconsin was your toughest game, and you should have lost the game, and you won by 9. Like, what is Kirk Ferentz
Unbelievable.
doing wrong? I cannot wait until Oregon and UCLA, Washington, one of those fan bases is going to become so cocky coming into Iowa, and they're going to get beat, just like all these other Big Ten West teams have for fucking 10 years now. I hope so. I hope it's not just us because it's embarrassing, and they're going to get rolled by whoever comes out of the East. I heard a thing today about changing up the Big Ten championship, which they can do, right? And making it like a playing game where like the 2 and the 3 from the East play each other again, and you try to boost your record, whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's obviously would never happen, but it's better than fucking this. And I can't wait for division to be gone as a college football fan, as a Gopher fan, whose team have just wasted years, ample years of being able to win the West. It's frustrating that they're gone, but God damn it, man. God damn it. I do
Yeah.
feel bad for Tanner Mordecai. He got hurt. It sounds like he's gonna be out for at least a couple weeks, which is tough. I mean, was he playing all that great? No, but obviously he's a very experienced quarterback. He was 12 for 20 against Iowa, which is pretty darn good. But they got some things to figure
I
out.
mean,
They got a lot
12 for 20. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it. I mean, it's like okay, right? I mean, I guess. Well,
against the
okay.
against Iowa. That'll get it done though. That'll get it done though. Over 4 quarters, that's got a chance to get it done. When Deacon Hill is what, 6 for 14 for 37 yards. Half of those came on one play
Yeah.
to Eric All. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I'll
it's
the Minnesota Iowa total is at 32.5. I have not seen a lower line this entire season. Uh
The last
Preview for
lower one
Dawson's
was
Diner, by
probably
the way.
last year.
Preview for preview for Dawson's Diner. I'm on the under.
I would I wouldn't take it, but like
I'm on it.
if you gave me 26 at pretty good odds, like that's not crazy.
Like if you were to alt
Like,
line it, you're saying like to like plus like 350.
yeah, yeah, give me a bunch like it last year. This line was crazy low. It was in Minnesota. It was like one of the lowest lines in the last like 10 plus years, whatever. And the under hit by like 10 points. I mean, it's just
Uh,
like
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think the line can be low enough. Like it
that's my
I don't.
point. That's my point.
So yeah, wild Wisconsin or Iowa won this game. Wisconsin's could still go 10-2. I mean, they could if Tanner Mordecai
But
gets healthy, like
but
at the right.
they could also go 7-5, right? And they got at Illinois.
Assuming
The Axe, obviously, at the end of the year is going to decide it. But at Illinois just beat a Maryland team, which was shocking to us. We'll get into that when we talk about our upset meter. And then obviously Ohio State's going to blow the doors off of you. And then you get it on the road rivalry game, Thanksgiving weekend, right? 7-5, which I thought was much more realistic expectations for year one of Luke Fickell, would be a huge disappointment, especially with the way the West shaped out this year. Especially seeing Iowa probably go 11-1 with like they're probably gonna be like 80 points short of the drive to 325, right? With Brian Ferentz, they'll probably be 80 points. For those of you unfamiliar with that, I'm sure if you're an Iowa fan, you're probably pretty familiar with that. But it's the amount of points that is in Brian Ferentz's clause that they need to score per game or whatever for him to. Otherwise, his contract expires, whatever. But I mean, it
yeah.
won't matter if they go 11-1.
Now if they play in the Big Ten championship game, that actually goes up to 350.
Exactly. And you know they're not scoring 25 points against any
There,
of those teams. It's
no
just going
way.
to ruin them.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's not even their fault. Well, it is, but
this is
it's
wild.
crazy. This game just makes me laugh. Sometimes college football is funny. This game was funny. No, obviously, if you're not a Wisconsin fan, it was not. And I get that. I felt your pain. Don't you worry. Losing to Iowa when you feel like you shouldn't have. But I guess let's credit Iowa. They're 6-1.
Jeez,
Hey, that Iowa State win's looking better and better.
it is. It actually is.
Now, different Iowa State team now than it was in week 2, obviously. But in terms of just like, 100 feet view, it's a good win. It's a good win for Iowa.